Hello everybody, and welcome back to the End of Green Gables anime. Today we're doing episode 22, a continuation of the previous one, which is still covering the same chapter. And the episode is called The Wrong Ingredient. So let's just start. 3, 2, 1, click. Alright.
So are we getting...
In the meantime, you've been bringing up the story of Pollyanna various times. There's actually a World Masterpiece Theater series of Pollyanna.
Huh.
So
are we gonna have Gordon Ramsay as an extra guest for the episode?
Wait, I don't get it.
The wrong ingredient and everything. Remember?
That.
Anne has to prepare the cake, and when he arrives, it's raw. It's fucking raw.
Tio, I don't know about you, but I can't imagine anyone watching a 25-minute episode where every bit of dialogue is bleeped.
But that's okay to us because we're going to watch the uncensored UK version.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Although I was watching this video from Jaded Animations, and she compared like a British show Gordon Ramsay was in to an American one, and it's really fitting how it's really interesting how the American one had this weird musical score underneath it to add some weird sense of fake drama, whereas the British one is music free.
And a reminder, this is the second half of the book chapter, A New Departure in Flavorings.
Mm-hmm.
The wrong flavorings, apparently.
Yep.
Anne of Green Gables, episode 22. Oh shit, I've poisoned my parents.
But you don't have any parents. You're an orphan.
That's even worse.
Alright.
My guardians, then.
So there you go. Gotta prepare everything very well.
Never meet your heroes, kid.
Unless it's All Might.
Why do I get the feeling that would make it even worse? Honestly, yeah, I feel like that's just gonna make it worse.
Surprisingly, Jova, that's not what goes wrong.
I mean, Matthew was so unconfrontational,
It's not even just that, Shira. Matthew just doesn't like strangers, period. Go ahead, Jova.
Also, I see that Anne has her preparations ready to go on a mercy pacifist route with the stick.
Sure. Look at all that. Ooh, whipped cream. Cookies.
I mean, it's still good looking.
Okay, and not for nothing, but I don't think a 3-course meal consists of desserts, and desserts.
It sounds like a heart attack. Shouldn't it be more like burnt ones?
Unfortunately, we couldn't animate it. Oh, we can animate it.
Actually, we can animate it. So,
yes.
You watched too much Madoka Magica, and...
what do you think this is? Do we have reference or F?
Why not make banana bread? It's easy.
Banana bread is horrible.
No, it's not.
Also, I get the idea. First of all, it's potassium. It's good for you. Second,
yes, banana on its own, but banana as part of bread, no.
I get the idea that bananas are not really easy to come by for this place in this time.
So basically,
you and I are in sync.
So basically, what you're telling me is if you were a minister and you went to invited to dinner at someone's house, and they offered you banana cake or bread or whatever, you would get out immediately insulted. I've never been so insulted. Okay, I'll take your silence as a yes.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't hear me, right?
Cook for people would be getting banana bread and porridge.
Yeah, that's what I cook to get people out of the house if they're staying too long.
Wow. So what do you do with it then afterwards?
Feed it to my pets.
Do they hate you for it?
At least someone's getting potassium.
No. Yeah, they fancy something different from the usual food.
In the meantime, Anne is imagining a mermaid in the Dryad's bubble.
Oh, I thought she was imagining a dryad.
Oh, is it a
Dryads
Dryad?
are associated with wind and forest, Jova.
Oh,
Well,
there you go
yeah,
then.
it's technically in the forest, but at a pond.
Sure, fine, a Dryad then.
Yeah, that's your cue to get away, Dad.
I'm going to go
I
home
forgot
now.
the cat on the stove.
Oh God, Diana's going to be her first victim.
Like I said, Andrew's a little silky.
Well, Jova, let's just say Anne's having a moment like that is, believe it or not, a sign of things to come. Not what you're thinking, but it's going to be important but it's going to be No, that's not what you're thinking, Jova. It's going to be foreshadowing for a particular conflict between the two later on.
Actually, I was saying, oh boy, because it seemed like Anne might have allergies based off of that scene.
Very good. A cold, specifically. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, well, actually, no, I'll wait till it actually comes up on screen.
Oh God, I think I've got a good idea of what the wrong ingredient's going to be.
Believe it or not, no, she's not going to sneeze into the food.
Well, hopefully she won't ejaculate into it. Well, I mean, going off of the book, they ejaculate a lot anyway.
Yep. Hey, it's in the book. Don't shoot the messenger, everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Zardos told me that the gun is good, but the penis is evil. that was
Oh, here you go.
I have a cold sound effect.
Dude hasn't had his coffee yet, and you're dropping this on him.
Oh.
You do it your bloody self.
Drops mic. Oops.
No. That's the irony. Anne's the one with a cold.
Well, we'll just have to do without him, I guess.
Also, your neck, Mariella.
Yeah. I'm surprised Marilla let Matthew off that easily, all things considered.
Also, seriously, for a cucumber field, you're cultivating a lot
She
of
tried.
shit.
I think it's the job that she tried to. Oh, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID Anne. But how timely. No, I mean obviously not, but yeah, like considering the mask she's wearing, yeah, and considering that we're recording this in 2021, yeah, it is kind of interestingly timing.
Yeah.
I mean, at least, thankfully, it was a time where a simple mask like that was more common and an idea than whatever the fuck Plague Doctor thought it could work. Just shape something like a beak, by stuff it with aromatic herbs, and that will clearly make the germs go away.
But yeah, Jova, like I get, I've always took it as, I mean, Marilla tried her, to, you know, ask Matthew, but at the same time, she knows him so well. Okay, no, don't worry, Anne, it's pointless. Don't bother. You're just wasting your time. He's not. If he genuinely doesn't want to, then it's pointless.
So when
Plus
does
we can save budget on the lip flaps.
Oh, you mean with COVID, Anne? Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me guess. She's wearing that because she has the cold, isn't she?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's useful so that you don't, when you're cooking, so that in case you do sneeze, you won't sneeze on the food. So.
Oh yeah. Believe it or not, using masks when someone was sick is much older than you think it is.
Oh no, I'm perfectly aware of that, Joe. But don't
It's
worry.
more the fact that we were made of cloth, so again, very simple to use, particularly if you were recycling an item that you were not
I actually
using
don't
anymore.
remember if the mask is in the book. Let me double check real quick.
Did she have a cold in the book?
She does, but I don't remember if Lucy specifies that she wears a mask.
I guess it might not be in there because it's kind of like a obvious moment, I suppose, for the time being.
Or maybe Lucy didn't feel the need to go into super specificities because just imagine the best year. I don't know.
Well, that's pretty much my point, though. Like, well, maybe she didn't feel the need to mention it because it would have been like a no duh sort of thing.
Whereas Takahata was thinking, well, unlike with the book, we're actually watching this visually, so it might help to have the mask in there. So. Yeah, I don't think the book mentions a mask.
Don't get your hopes up. Oh God, she's even got the fantasy vision on.
Also,
sorry.
Also, even if it wasn't common back then, it could just be a note for, Japanese audiences, maybe?
Well, it doesn't. From what I'm saying,
Let me guess. I think I can guess what's going to happen. She'll eat Anne's thing, but then she'll turn out to be a really horrible person and say, "Who made this drivel?"
Fortunately, no, Dwebs.
My guess is like, well, she won't hate it, but it won't be like a super amazing reaction.
Again, Anne, you're only setting yourself up for disappointment.
Or maybe
Pretty
the wrong
much.
ingredient is just, a figure of speech and it has nothing to do with the cake at all.
Oh, let me guess. The wrong ingredient is a sense like, well, where she prefers her cakes this way, but Anne doesn't know that, so it's figuratively the wrong ingredient.
We'll see.
No pickles.
I actually like this one. She's trying to put flowers on it, but Mura's like, what's the point? But hold on.
Uh-oh. You better hope that they're not allergic. Otherwise, that could make things very awkward.
To be fair, like how would we even have a way of knowing that they're allergic?
Well, that's pretty much my point, though. It's like, well, more often than not, whenever Anne has set out to get flowers, she's unknowingly brought something down on herself, whether or not it's this or that. And let's not forget the incident with the Sunday school flower hat.
That's the
My
thing.
point being is,
But that's the thing, Jova. We need the more flowers, the more pretty it looks, and that way we increase our chances of Mrs. Allen Senpai noticing us.
do we really, though? Do we really?
But little did we know that the only reason Matthew was refusing to go with the royals is because, with the important people, is because no one would suspect that he had poisoned their drinks because he hates them that much.
So, and in a conversation with Matthew, it seems. We'll see how that turned out.
Can you please don't poison their drinks? It wouldn't be very helpful.
You won't be able to eat my cake if they're dead.
And that would be a shame.
And Anne is wearing her best outfit, of course.
Of course.
The same outfit she uses to go to church, because,
Yes, obviously.
gotta look as pretty as possible. There you go. She convinced him.
But I'm not gonna like it.
How did she convince him?
Irresistible smile.
Yeah. Matthew will do anything for her at the end of the day. He's not gonna like it. But he'll do it.
Wow, this is going to be an absolute slam dunk of a dinner then. Nothing could go wrong. Oh dear.
They actually ran with that.
Turns out the flu is really easy to recover from.
Hey, Anne, maybe you could have told Marilla that beforehand so that
This
she
is why
wouldn't...
we're having communication problems.
Yes.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
We're not going to catch the flu, are we?
It's a miracle recovery, actually.
Well, I guess technically
They
it is
don't know
possible.
They don't know how long he's been quote-unquote ill for, so, you know...
Well, you see, there's this new miracle drug that they made called Cold Killer X that has really helped me out with that code.
All right.
Just waiting for when things go horribly wrong.
So Matthew isn't going to
in-
poison their drinks then.
Again, at least in Anne's mind anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if what supposedly goes horribly wrong is actually just fine, but Anne makes a mountain out of a molehill. No, Anne. Just
Senpai
no.
complimented her.
Yes, Senpai complimented me.
Jesus.
She has a cold, of course.
That's not the excitement, this is the disease that you offer. Please.
Oh.
Sorry, narrator.
And now it's time for Anne's
Oh boy,
cake.
here we go. Oh. I love how the city is built only for her, just her eating for now. So we're having the punchline now.
Oops.
More alcohol?
No,
No.
okay. I was more willing to make a cocaine joke, but
No.
Best vanilla. Oh my god, this is just what I call my schnapps.
It's my cough medicine.
it's rat poison.
Oh god, medicine! It literally is medicine.
Okay.
Good job,
okay,
Dibs.
You made coffee cake.
Okay, I know that media loves to portray cough syrups like the worst thing ever, but I swear I cannot be the only person who, when I was a child, actually got the one cough syrup that actually tasted good.
Wait,
No,
I
that's the
was
thing. When you're a child, that the stuff they give you does taste good.
wait, I was right.
Yes, you were right. It was very good. I almost poisoned Senpai.
No. If anything, you would have cured her coughs with it.
True.
Doesn't
Well,
have to
right
Just
about it being
try
food
not to burst into laughter.
Well, I was right about it being food poisoning.
Well, it's technically not poisoning. It's more so I mean,
It just tastes off. It just tastes awful because goddamn cough syrup.
Okay,
and
this rate, we might as well have a counter for every time Anne cries.
Well, Anne really wanted to
Impress.
Senpai.
Like I said, mountain out of a molehill.
No worry, like I said, she's going to grow out of her making a big deal out of everything anyway.
Well, I mean, we're 22 episodes in.
I mean, this is just the kind of girl she is anyway.
How long is this going to go on? One hour later.
We've seen all this, Anne. In like the 20 minutes leading up to it.
Honestly, I think at this point a compilation of Anne crying would at least hit 20 minutes from the series so far.
I'm surprised at this point that she doesn't have what's known as the Ghibli tears.
Of course.
Well, remember, Shiro, the Ghibli tears require a lot of animation budget, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you imagine? They wouldn't have enough budget for any trees.
This show is barely managing to have actual lighting effects on the characters, so what chance do they have?
Yeah, exactly, which is a mistake. It happens.
Jesus, the whole bed is shaking.
It also has to do, Joe, by that, like you yourself said, there's always something that goes wrong. Like she really wants to be a well brought up lady eventually, and so far she's not really. She's underperforming under her own expectations, basically.
Yeah, pretty much like I called. Oh. Oh my god, she's finally breathing, thank goodness. Please don't soggy up my dress. Jesus, did I say something wrong?
She just wants to get it all out of her system.
Never again, otherwise
Yes, yeah,
Anne will
it would-
break down into a crying fit.
Yes,
The
they
rest
would.
of the cake was
Yes,
given
yes.
to the cat.
Yes, they would never talk about it again because the following day she died of poison, complicated poison from the cough medicine.
You
Okay, James,
really want
I know
poison
that-
to take place.
I know that back then medicine was not exactly super perfect, and a lot of weird shit was involved in putting in it. But I can assure you, dweebs, that ingesting too much cough syrup never caused actual intoxication.
All right, so join us in the next episode. Anne goes on trial.
Now, in the next episode, we're just going to be invited to tea at the minister's house. So,
Yeah,
just...
they'll be serving tea at the trial. It's a very fancy trial, I'll admit, but you know.
But yeah, that's the thing. Remember, like, Anne is a very emotional child.
Yeah.
Is cough syrup okay for pigs? What?
Also, at the end of the day, the major problem still remains the fact that Maryland needs to improve her labeling skills.
Well, okay, to be fair, she labeled it best vanilla, so...
That's exactly the point. She should have just put, vanilla cough syrup.
Again, to be fair, the way stuff is labeled, this is probably how it was before she adopted a girl out of the blue. Lovely.
Okay, narrator. Thank you.
Okay, so next time we're going to have some tea, some nice afternoon tea where nothing will go wrong.
Absolutely.
No, actually, I actually do mean it this time. This is actually going to be just fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jova, considering some of the previous episodes, did actually turn out with no particular consequences, yes, it's believable.
It is.
All right, and that was the end of the portrait and flavorings too. Go ahead.
Yeah, interesting. Again, the viewer gets to understand that something probably will go wrong, but you don't know exactly what it might be. So it is actually kind of built up as a legitimate mystery, or at least the episode made sure to be like that. But it's also nice to see, the showcase of how understanding, the minister's wife is, and I guess it's potential good foreshadowing for the fact that she has to, overtake the role of a teacher. So overall, again, pretty nice episode.
Well, actually, to remember, like Mrs. Allen is going to be the teacher at Sunday school, not at the actual proper school. That's going to be a different teacher. Go on, Shiri.
No, it was good. Anne needs to practice baking a little more clearly. Or maybe she should do other things and not cook or provide beverages at all for a little while, maybe. It was fun.
All right.
And that's it.
Jova.
Yeah, it's a good episode. More on the characters here and there. A fun little romp here.
All right.
Next.
Dibs.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice to see, and pull through everything to try and make this evening work, even fighting for a little cold.
And we get to meet COVID Anne ahead of time.
Yeah, and it's a good job the wrong ingredient wasn't code for Anne accidentally assassinates the wife of an important public figure.
You guys brought up
that would have made the show much more exciting now, wouldn't it?
You guys brought up a video game idea in the previous episode. An alternate skin for Anne, COVID Anne with the mask. There you go.
Of course.
Yeah, that could be something.
Is this anime featured in any video games, I wonder?
No, it's not. The Tom Sawyer anime did get a video game, which makes more sense because Tom Sawyer's adventures are much more easy to put into a video game concept more than this. So,
it's a shame. I think Anne would have been great for Jumpstar.
All right, everybody, tune in next time for Anne is invited out to tea. How lovely.
With mixed results.
Yes. All right. See ya.
See ya.